This makes it look like I'm like way cooler than I am. I have intentions to learn how to play the bass. I have not learned how to play the bass yet, but I will someday, obviously. I'll do all of this someday. Okay, let's get into character. Yeah, shall we? Yes. So here I am on the 13th of October, and wow, like that reality is actually freaking me out a bit. I'm thinking, oh wow, where has the time gone this year? This was really supposed to be the year of me, as I stated many times to myself, publicly and otherwise, the year I took my creative projects seriously. The year that I either did it or just decided that I would not do it in my life. This is what I told myself. I have to work it out this year. And so far, taking stock, well, I've made a bunch of videos, and that's great, but it has come to my attention here that I've really neglected what I think of as really my flagship project, my absolute reason for being, for doing any of this, and that is my writing, my fiction writing project. Now, I told myself this year, in addition to being the year I started a YouTube channel and put myself out there more in terms of like the public facing world of creating, I guess, I told myself this would be the year I wrote a novel. Now, have I written a novel? No. Will I write a novel by the end of this year? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to be an optimist here. I'm going to say yes, I will write a novel by the end of this year, but it's going to take a little focus, and it's going to take a little bit of a regroup, reset on my creative endeavors. But a bit of background for this is that, of course, I started this year saying I'm going to write a novel, and I started one. I wrote probably a good 6 long chapters that introduce the key characters, that establish the setting, that get into some key points of character relationships and motivations. I had a good vision for how the story started, and I had a good vision for how it ended, but then I reached this midsection where it just felt like nothing was taking shape. I couldn't figure out what to really do. I couldn't figure out how to sustain a sort of interest and action through this midsection. I do think I figured it out now, and so like I'm really going to push to do that, but like I have also definitely stalled quite a bit, and I am a bit disappointed in myself for having stalled. And now it might seem like, okay, then why not just do it? Why are you wasting your time coming on camera and talking about it? Like, why not just go write the thing? And that is where the reason for me making these videos kind of comes back in. And I also think I've lost sight a little bit of my initial reason for doing this, my reason for making this stuff. What I can say is that I don't pretty explicitly have a writing channel. Like, I don't make writing vlogs. I don't really talk about my my writing process, partially because I'm not sure I really have a writing process that would be anything to convey visually. It's mostly like it's just sitting and thinking about things. Sometimes it's taking a long bus ride. You know, if you take a bus from end to end and you just sit there with music on and you look out the window, you're going to have some ideas usually, and then you can go home and write those down, and hey, that's writing. That's creative writing right there. But no, I don't really have like a writing specific channel. However, when I conceived of the idea for posting videos to YouTube, it was all part of a grander plan. It was not really with the idea that, oh, I'm just gonna like be a YouTuber. I mean, I wouldn't say no. Like, if the opportunity presented itself, like I probably would, you know, do whatever that entailed, but it wasn't my initial intention. The intention was for this channel and also my, you know, Substack essays to be all part of a broader integrated creative offering. Wow, that sounds so pretentious, but it's just, this is how I think. I mean, I am deeply pretentious in many ways, even though I've really tried to get past that and I'm trying to get over it. trying to recover, but we're not all the way there. I still do think of my projects in this super grandiose way, and maybe that's good or maybe that's bad. I don't know. What I can say is that starting this channel, I wanted to use it as a supplement to my writing. What it does first is, obviously this is a visual medium, and so like when I go out and I film my day-to-day life, I gain a different perspective on it from the perspective that I would just have going about my day-to-day life, just living day to day. I see things in new ways when I'm editing them together and when I'm selecting shots. And that then can be, I think, beneficial to describing stuff in a work of fiction. Probably. Maybe it won't be. I mean, I have not obviously published a work of fiction, so we'll see how this goes. I think it's also a way, like when I'm just kind of chatting like this, it's also a way of seeing how I like to convey ideas. It's a way of developing my voice. It's a way of figuring out how I like to talk about things. I really do think I realized through the process of making these videos that it's important that things include jokes, even if they're just jokes to myself. I love that. If I have not included several jokes to myself in a video and I do not have several places where I'm like, haha, what an idiot, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy the process of making it. And so I think that also will extend to my writing, where it's like, probably I'm going to be self-mocking a lot in my writing. That's just what I do. It's how I enjoy presenting ideas, it seems. I didn't know that before making these videos, but now, fortunately, I do. This is also a way to figure out topics that might be interesting, themes that might be interesting to me in sort of a lower pressure way than actually just trying to like immediately commit them to page. So it's like when I make more of an analytical style video, like an analysis of something in life, whether in my life or in society, I kind of feel like that helps also to present it in this more informal way where I'm just chatting about it. I'll edit it together. The stakes feel a lot lower than they do if I'm trying to, say, write it out as more of a formalized essay. I just feel like it helps me calm down about it. So for all these reasons, like this is an experiment in writing as well. It is a writing project. I keep saying that to myself and I keep forgetting it. The problem is, though, that I've reached this impasse with my fiction writing, but I also feel like I've almost lost sight of the fun and the perspective gaining and the voice developing, the idea exploration aspect of making videos. And I found myself getting a lot more in my own head about what will do well and what people might like. And I'm going to try to get away from that just a little bit. And I'm going to do that by just trying to like actually make a lot more, but making a lot more in maybe less of a like overthought, formalized way. So yeah, my announcement is that I'm going to, for the final 2 weeks of October, try my best to post a video every day. Again, informal, vloggy, maybe a lot of visuals, maybe a lot of chatting, whatever. It's anything is fair game. But I'm doing this because I really want to reconnect with, I hope, the fun of doing this. And I hope then that can kind of provide a springboard into writing my novel in November. Like, yes, I know this sounds kind of lame, but I think I might want to do NaNoWriMo this year. I've tried before. I think I've made it to maybe day 3 of NaNoWriMo because I had no idea what I wanted to write about. This year, though, I have a concept. I think I've figured out that tricky middle section, and I think I'm going to do it. So making these 2 weeks of videos. Yeah, this Vlogtober, but only the end of the month. Maybe, hopefully, I will come out with my grand masterwork by the end of 2024. I mean, not come out with it. Like I know I'm not going to like publish my grand masterwork by the end of 2024. But if I could have a first draft that I like enough written, I would consider this year a victory, and maybe some of my existential dread might start to fade. Like, we can only hope. I mean, we can only hope.